if you go back to 1991, I published a paper called The Comprehensive Assessment of the UFO slash ETI subject, extraterrestrial intelligence subject. It went all through the intelligence community and the aerospace community. And part of in that paper was a description of the technologies that are non-human, where they interface with very advanced electromagnetic fields for communication with thought. It'd sort of be like what Elon Musk is trying to do with Neuralink, but without the speed of light, where there's a direct interface between the conscious field and thought and a machine. That is how non-human civilizations can communicate across the vastness of space-time, and it's done through a trans-dimensional electronic system. So I knew this in 1973 after I had a very close encounter with these civilizations. So when I wrote this paper, I described it as in two directions, TAC and CAT. So technology-assisted consciousness, where you have a technology, like the headset you're wearing, that would augment your own conscious abilities. And everyone's heard of those CIA remote viewing programs and things like this, where they were using people like Ingo Swann to see with consciousness, like psychic spying, psionic. And a lot of people laugh at that. And I said, no, it's a legit science, and it was done for 30 years at the CIA with a team of people. I know quite a few of them. Now, imagine having a technology that augments that capability. Then reverse it. Then imagine that there's the other way around, where you have your own consciousness can augment a technology. So it flows both directions, from technology to mind and back. Now, what is that? Now, the science of consciousness is very controversial, but people like Dr. John at Princeton started the Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Group, the PEER Lab. And they were able to prove, through using quantum machines, random number generators, that people could just sit and put their awareness on this type of machine, and it would shift the curve of whether it was spitting out zeros or ones. It was just a digital machine, right? Spitting out, it's a random number generator is what it's called. And they were able to prove to a scientific certainty that that's true, that there's field consciousness. Now, we're taught in science, and I'm speaking now as a doctor, that it's all locked in our skull and our brain. But there's something that is beyond that is consciousness. And some people say, oh, it's spirit. Well, you can call it whatever you want, but it's the consciousness field, and it can be scientifically accessed.